Hey everyone, I'm Bob Lutz, sports columnist, Wichita Eagle, Paul Suellentrop, Wichita State beat writer. Basketball season is upon us. I think baseball's still going on, isn't it?
That's right, that's right.
Unbelievable. Anyway, the Shockers start practice today. KU has a media day later this afternoon. Let's focus on the Shockers and what we expect these practices to identify. We know the big four. Who's going to step forward?
Yeah, that'll be the question, because with Ron Baker, Darius Carter, Fred Van Vliet, and Takeo Cotton, we know those four are going to be in the starting lineup, and there's a fifth spot behind them, and then other spots in the rotation. The name that's come up most to me when I've been out there is Rashard Kelly, the freshman from Hargrave Military. He's really made a good impression on people, very aggressive, kind of a rebounder, and I think he will play a significant role this season, it appears.
We know Greg Marshall likes to identify and play a lot of people. This roster looks pretty solid, but we wonder how many of these newcomers are going to fare. Who are the new guys besides Kelly that might wrangle in some minutes on this team?
Well, I think you're going to see Bushwa Makota play a lot. He's the 7-foot center, a junior college transfer, and that's a position where they really need somebody to play. I think that Darius Carter will play the 5, will play the center a lot, but I think they'd like to also be able to play him at the 4. You've got a redshirt freshman, 2 of them, Shaq Morris and Rion Holland, and those 2 guys have been around for a year of practices, so they need both of them to be able to come off the bench and help.
You know, I read Jeff Goodman on ESPN.com, I think a couple days ago, predicting the Shockers to run the table in the Valley. That's either a real compliment to the Shockers or a real slap in the face of the Valley, maybe both. Can they do that again in this conference?
I think that's a slap in the face at this point. I guess if you're a Valley coach, you're thinking, we'll give them, things went really right for them last year. We were down and they can do it once, but that would be a blow to your pride to allow them to do that 2 years in a row. There's a little more experience in the Valley this year. I guess I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I think it's going to be a really difficult task for the Shockers.
It's the Valley. Who's going to beat them? Who's going to potentially beat this team anywhere? Road, home. Come on.
Yeah, Northern Iowa they had their media day a couple days ago. They are talking a lot, very confidently about NCAA at-large bid. They've got everybody back and some red shirts, so I would identify them as the prime challenge.
Evansville?
We'll see. They've got 2 high-end players. We'll see if they can add enough talent to be able to stick with a team like Wichita State.
Loyola? Of course not. Of course not.
I think they're a little ways away. Wichita State, Final Four 2 years ago, #1 seed last year. Are we talking about them as a national championship contender from the get-go here?
Well, I think you got to be, considering who they have back. I mean, 3 dynamite players. Darius Carter, who I've said it wouldn't shock me if he was their leading scorer this year, simply because he's such a good player around the rim. I think he's going to get a lot of offensive rebounds and putbacks. I would not be shocked if this team. Anyway, I'm calling Elite 8.
I think that's reasonable. I think they'll need several of the newcomers to be much better players in March than they are at the beginning of the season, that's for sure.
All right, we will be with you throughout the basketball season. I know you're thrilled about that. We are excellent video makers. Talk to you later.